Welcome to another session of Let's Talk Smart Cities, an interview series brought to you by Exhibitions India Group, organizers of the Smart Cities India Expo, India's largest tech and infra expo that offers solutions for a smart and sustainable India. Today, our focus is Silvassa Smart City, and joining us is none other than Ms. Charmie Parekh, DANICS. She is the Chief Executive Officer for Silvassa Smart Cities Limited. Ms. Charmie, welcome to the Let's Talk Smart Cities interview series.
Thank you so much.
Ms. Charmie, in your view, how is Silvassa Smart City balancing both industrial growth and the quality of citizen life?
So if I talk about Silvassa, Silvassa was born an industrial town. The government of India gave certain tax breaks to industries of textiles, plastics to the Union Territory, Damandiv as well as Dadra and Nagar Haveli, to promote industrialization. And the demography of this territory also, and the citizens also have that huge impact of industrialization here. So we have a lot of migrant population, we have many corporates living here, and if we see the traditional demography, that is entirely made of tribal population. But now when Silvassa Smart City has started its mission here, we have taken it in our hands that we have to check the rapid urbanization and the urban sprawl, as well as we have to ensure that the citizens of Silvassa also get a good quality of life, right? So if we factor in a few of the things which makes a better quality of life, I would say it is air, it is water, it is good infrastructure, civic infrastructure, security and safety of citizens, and seamless of Silvassa Smart City. If I talk about urban mobility, so we have a project called e-buses. So Silvassa has been the first city in India to roll out an entire fleet of public transportation based on e-buses, which is of course zero emission and which will in longer run bring us some kind of better air quality, right? Apart from that, because the emission is saved and our environment is also saved from the air pollution, we are also looking at greenscaping of all government buildings as well as public spaces, open spaces also, in moving towards a sustainable development. Apart from that, if I again continue the mobility part, we have given huge impetus to programs like Cycle to Work, Cycle to School. And not just these programs, citizens have been involved in a larger sense. Corporates and industries have been involved. We had a very successful rollout of pilot of Cycle to Work with the corporates working here. And we are going to take it pan Silvassa. And not just the programs, but we are also incorporating the civil infrastructure needed for cycling as well as walking. So all the internal roads of the municipal councils are around 70 kilometers of roads, plus major district roads would also be having the cycling infrastructure, which would definitely be safe for citizens to cycle, to ride, or to walk on those footpaths as well. Apart from that, if I talk about water as well as sewerage, so we are going to provide somewhere around 13,920 water connections, and if I talk about sewerage connections, those are also around 22,500 connections. So that covers our infrastructure, our air as well as water quality. Apart from that, for the citizens of Silvassa, we have come up with certain markets. The traditional markets are also being revamped and made into a very energy efficient as well as a very good inclusive kind of a building, where people and the shopkeepers would be having a different kind of experience selling their products also, and it would be like a market plaza for people also to come. So our Panchayat Market is coming up, where around 375 shops will be made, and it is in the heart of the city also. And these all buildings are also again with the green code and energy efficient as well. So these are some of the steps that we have taken. Apart from that, our ICCC and if I talk about seamless connectivity as well as citizen experience, if I want to avail any kind of services from government or any other kind of services, then through Citizen app, that would be possible just by a single touch.
That's interesting to see the kind of initiative Silvassa Smart City is taking, because as you mentioned that being an industrial town, now the focus is being shifted towards the citizen livelihood, and a better livelihood being given to citizen, and health as a priority is being given. So it's interesting to see the kind of EV infrastructure that you're coming up with, the markets on a sustainable development, and especially the tracks that you're developing. If I can extend my question around the EV infrastructure, you mentioned that the public transport is being converted into EV buses and all. But how does the passenger transport happen? Is the infrastructure ready right now for EV charging infrastructures, and are people of Silvassa moving towards adopting EV technologies?
So I would answer your second question first, how citizens of Silvassa are taking it. I would say the response is overwhelming. So we have 25 buses planned. We still haven't received all of them because of the COVID and other problems happening all around the world. But we still are short of 11 buses. And if I say, the response is so overwhelming that almost every day, if I'm visiting somewhere or on our social media handles also, we uh, keep getting requests that please extend the bus route to this place also, to this place of the territory also. And the good part about the bus operation, EV bus operation, is that the buses are going to the far flung areas of the territory of Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Not just that, it is bringing people to the industrial hub, that is Silvassa, of course, and also connecting the different industrial hubs that are around, which are Vapi as well as Daman. So our e-buses not only operate in the territory of Dadra and Nagar Haveli, and not just in Silvassa, but Daman as well as Daman as well as Vapi industrial towns as well. So as I said, the response has been overwhelming. Students have been requesting a lot that some buses can be made available for the tribal students as well, and we already have made provisions for that also. So apart from that, we have certain units coming up where two-wheeler EV bikes are being made in Dadra and Nagar Haveli, which are homemade here. And I think he's done.
Thank you so much for all the insights. I think the kind of initiatives that the Silvassa Smart City is taking is ensuring that you're reaching to the grassroots, you're reaching to every citizen, and ensuring that both education and industrialization are coming in together, and sustaining as a development plan. Ms. Shami, continuing our discussion, I'd like to check. I understand being an industrial town, there are definitely a lot of growth challenges that come up for a city like yourself. How are you involving maybe NGOs, other state and central departments, in involving them to ensure that both the challenges are taken care of on the industrial side and the requirements of the citizens?
So I would say that being a city in a union territory has its pros and cons. One thing is that a union territory status itself shows that there has been something lacking which the other Indian states probably did not have, right? Did have while the territory did not have. So of course the development happened later for these union territories also. But when I say that it has its pros as well, because the territory is small, right? So coordinating with different departments of government of India as well as the UT administration gets very easy, because people are holding multiple charges here, and that's why when we need or when we approach other department for their help or coordination, um, or any kind of inputs also, it usually gets easier. So coordination is definitely easy, but when it comes to implementing things. We do not have a lot of NGOs which are found in other metro cities or with other developed states of India. We also lack in such citizen centric approach towards things, right? Because union territories have worked on a different model for so many years till now. Many of the government of India schemes also did not penetrate for many years in such territories. So, the acceptance among the citizens uh, to have a mission reaching the grassroots level it gets difficult, many because of the lack of NGOs as well as citizen groups, because reaching them directly, of course, now more it is becoming easier as Silvassa Smart City is moving forward with all the plans, and we are trying to bring in the transparency also so that the citizens know what we are actually doing and what the plans are.
Interesting, and I'm sure the smart cities mission and the smart city is moving towards the right direction and the kind of initiatives that you are taking. Ms. Shami, can you also elaborate on some of the citizen-centric activities which are planned in the year with Silvassa Smart City?
But the cycles for change is definitely being implemented here and has received huge appreciation, as well as the adapting part also. So as I earlier mentioned, we have taken the cycles for change to a whole new level, that is cycles to work, cycles to neighborhoods, cycles to schools also. We are wanting all the government schools being connected by this program. We are already having targeting, as the industries are here, corporates are here, we are targeting all the industries, that not just their industrial worker class but also the corporates uh, also right to work. And apart from that, we have transformed somewhere around 75 residential societies. We have had like uh, cycle teaching campaigns for them, for the children also, and camps for the people who have actually forgotten, which was a habit, cycling was a habit. So we have just tried reminding them to pick up their bicycles again and move towards that fitness activity also. So that is one activity. Apart from that, Silvassa organizes open street campaign every month, once in a month, which we want to take to the next level, and we'll be organizing it at least 2 or 3 times in a month, where people can come together, they can showcase their talents. It is like an open streets for all, where people feel safe, they have some fun activities, some fitness activities also. So that has been happening for a long time in Silvassa. And apart from that, from time to time, we also conduct Eat Right melas, like Eat Smart activity also, and Transport for All. We have already been promoting e-buses. So these are some of the activities where we involve citizens. And through our social media networks also, we continuously try to take their suggestions and feedbacks also on what's happening, what's not. Although for citizens, civil infrastructure is a very, very major activity where people have to act very fast. They also expect us to act very fast when it comes to implementing the civil infrastructure works. But of course, as understood, it takes around 1.5 years. It is the life cycle of any civil projects. But still, there are other confidence building measures that we have definitely been taking, and we will continue to do so.
Interesting. I'm sure the health of the citizens of Silvassa is at the core of all your planning. Ms. Shami, continuing further, I'd like to mention about the Smart Cities India Expo, which, along with the Smart Cities India mission under the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, offers an international platform for smart cities to showcase their achievements through the exhibitions and the conference. What has been your experience at the expo and the conference, and any suggestions that you may want to give for the 2023 edition of the event, which is planned in March next year at Pragati Maidan, Delhi?
I'm glad you asked me this question, because since I joined as CEO Smart City, it was my very first expo and very first experience of meeting the CEOs. all the CEOs that I saw online, during those VC calls, but I got to meet them personally. So the experience has been wonderful. The knowledge sharing, learning from other smart cities, and not just smart cities, the other corporates, startups, especially. The best part about the expo I liked was the startups, and how talented India, young India is. Uh, doing so wonderfully in all fields, and how smart cities can also learn from them. And we have actually tried, we met couple of people there, and we have tried incorporating few of the small technologies in our smart city as well. So I mean, hats off to you guys for organizing such expos, and I would look forward to the one happening in the March 23 as well.
Thank you, Ms. Charmie. Thank you for all the kind words. In fact, it's interesting that you had mentioned about the startup ecosystem that the expo delivers. Definitely, it's something that we want. There's a lot of talent, lot of innovation that the country has to offer. So definitely next March, we'll have a large segment of the startups and several technologies that build smart cities. We'd love to have you again at the event once we plan it out. So thank you, Ms.
So
Charmie. Yeah, it was an insightful session, and I'm sure the citizens of Silvassa, they'll cycle their way to health and live in a smart, safe, and sustainable city. And the growth initiatives that you are taking are definitely not only interesting, but they are ensuring that both the industries and the citizens grow together. Thank you for your time today, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. So until we meet next on the Let's Talk Smart Cities interview series, stay smart, stay safe, and stay connected. Thank you.